Alright, we got to say Thursday, November 8th, 2018, our annual Veterans Day / Marine Corps birthday hike. This year at undisclosed location. Southern Indiana. Southern Indiana, that's right, that's good. We didn't do the Knobstone Trail this year. We're going in, we're doing a semi-bushcraft weekend. I want to say we're roughing it, but we're not. We got probably more gear than we ever take out, but we brought less as far as camp life goes, as far as tent, shelter stuff. But we're going to be living well as far as taking a cooler with drinks and food. Steaks, yeah. Steaks, breakfast sausage. I got a couple eggs. We've got also regular kind of camp meals. Mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. We got a lot of good stuff. So we're gonna eat well. Figured if it's gonna be as cold as it is, I think nighttime temperatures are gonna be in the mid-20s. Yes. Cooler filled to the brim. We got some beers in there. Moonshine, steaks, hot dogs, whatever. Yeah. 50+ pound packs. So a little different than what we did last year. Last year was knobstone. The year before that was knobstone, and it was hike, set up camp quickly before it gets too dark, eat quick, go to bed. Get up, hike, same thing, rinse, wash, rinse, repeat. And then this time, one camp, set up, bushcraft, improve it every day, and just try to keep warm. A high of what, 38? Today's our heat wave, so it's supposed to be currently 40 degrees, high of 46 today. The next 3 days are 43, 38, and 44 for the high. Tonight 35, the next 3 nights 22 and 23. Pretty chilly. Pretty chilly. Good weekend. It'll be good. I kind of look like I'm a peddler. I've got a lot of camera equipment. My pack is weighing in right now about 63 pounds. Mine was 50 when I weighed it this morning. I've added a few things to it, so just over 50. And then we've got about a 25 pound cooler. So we're gonna see how that goes. 2 hands carrying it all the way out. Our hike today is gonna be no more than probably 5 miles at the most. So it's a short hike. It's gonna be a real simple hike in, set up camp. We might do some day hikes during the day, just to put some miles in, but we'll see how that goes. I'm imagining we're going to put some miles in just looking for wood to build shelter, firewalls, harvest lumber, just the dead, obviously dead trees, dead fallen. But anyway, it'll be all right. All right, let's keep going. What do you think? Good to go. It's 5 after 12, just past noon, getting ready to roll out. Okay, pack it up and go. I look like a peddler, I know. Lots of stuff. Because we're sitting a stationary camp, I've got a 2.5 gallon water bladder here. Just a cheapie from, I think, Walmart maybe? I may have bought it off Amazon, I don't know. But anyway, cheap stuff. But that'll prevent us from having to find a water source and go to that water source frequently. So it should be pretty good. We will check in at the campsite. Alrighty. See you in a bit. Just kidding, have to get the camera.
hiking?
We had about a 5-mile hike.
About 5 miles.
Over a little over 3 hours.
Carrying the cooler would take a lot of breaks. That thing got really heavy towards the end.
Definitely rough on you.
That's okay though. There's something over there. What is that? Like trash or something. Like blown from the wind or something. Anyway, this is going to be home. Little pine forest area. We've got a lot of work to do. No tents. So we got to make shelter. So anyway, we'll keep checking in. You can't see right now. Can't see us, but we did get fire going. Eric used a fire starter we haven't used before called Zombie Tinder.
Looks like a zombie eyeball. It's basically a ball of wax, cotton, like the red fuse type stuff that comes out of like the paracord, the fire cord.
Yeah.
Rolled up together more or less. Probably has some other proprietary chemicals in there. But actually, it's supposed to be chemicalless, so maybe not.
So we didn't have video, but we went to the lake that's nearby, got some water, and should be good through probably even lunch tomorrow, I would think. Definitely for breakfast, probably for lunch. And really now it's about getting the fire going, the coal's hot, get some big logs on there, and we can get our steaks cooking, which we probably need to get my steak out because it's frozen still.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the one I bought today is not frozen, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, we'll probably get this fire built up good and then get steaks cooking. And it is time to cook dinner. So both of us have New York strips. We've got the coals going here. Push the fire off to the side. Season the steaks. And they're gonna cook up just fine. Excited.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. We didn't eat lunch today. We just got too busy. What were we doing? We were hiking. That's what we were doing.
Carrying our cooler full of beer and goodies.
Beer and goodies and, yep, steaks.
Now that we're out here, it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth
It
it.
sucked.
That was
It's like hanging on a bar all day, on a pull-up bar or something, like your arm was just screaming.
It took us probably half an hour longer than it should have for the
easily.
distance.
If not longer.
Yeah, I got it.
I got this one. Don't you be so bothersome.
We're laughing. Eric dropped one of his steaks, and then we're just kind of bragging about his tongs he's got here.
They separate into forks.
And he's bragging about him, and then he dropped one steak, and he's like, damn it. And he picked up the other steak, he dropped that one in the dirt. And coal. It'll be good, though.
It's all good.
It's fine.
The Bearded Butcher seasoning is what we're using.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. We both have. Eric got me some for my birthday.
That's their original flavor. They have a couple other ones on their site that you can purchase.
Pretty good.
I actually purchased those smaller ones from Creek Stewart's website. They were in one of his Apoca boxes once, and he must have had spares.
Awesome.
I don't think you can order that size from the site. They're in a bigger shaker size. Makes it nice for backpacking and travel, though. I should cut these and make some incisions in them.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe cutting mine in half just to quicken the cooking time.
Not worry about as much as I'm gonna get a little longer knife.
Well, just to make sure that middle gets done pretty good. I froze my steak before, the last 2 nights, so it was solid, frozen solid. And got out here, it was still frozen solid. We had to set it by the fire for a while to defrost it. It's pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna eat. It's about 2 in the morning. 2:15 a.m. Night 1. Woke up, fire was out. Completely out. Not a coal on the ground. The ground was cool to the touch. That was strange, because we've had some good fire going. We've had a fire going since at least 6 p.m. And yeah, oh, it's gonna go. It's gonna fall. Anyways, we woke up, got the fire going again. Not that we really need it, honestly. Yeah, we're not cold at all.
Use the restroom and decide to go ahead and get it going. So we've got some coals in the morning in case it does rain tonight.
There's a slight chance, 30-40% chance, I think, of rain for a few hours here in the early morning. But
We'll probably show it again tomorrow, but our sleep systems are
There it
sleeping
goes.
pad, summer weight sleeping bag with a wool blanket over the sleeping bag for protection of cold mainly, but it seems to do quite the insulation job, so
yep.
I'm actually warmer now than I have been in colder times that we've been with the warmer sleeping bag. So with
It's
this combination.
pretty decent. Alright, we'll probably check in the morning. Be our next stop here. Just thought we would, we didn't do much video, we didn't do any video since dinner, I don't think.
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah.
Just kind of scrambling to get everything set up, so we worked on the firewall for quite a while. It fell over initially just because we kind of just threw it up, hadn't set it in place permanently. Again, we can show you tomorrow how we braced it and tightened everything up on it. So heat reflector works pretty well though to push some of the heat back to you. Downside is it kind of holds in some of the smoke also with our canopies here.
Yep. Very little wind. It's silent. We do hear some wind up high in the trees from time to time, but that also means the wind isn't really pushing the smoke out. So as long as the fire's going strong, it's less smoke, and the smoke does kind of tend to go straight up. But if it starts smoldering out, the smoke kind of lingers down a little bit lower. So it's nice to keep the fire going for that too. Alright, we'll check in later. Around.
Did you just happen to get up? Or did you hear him? Or what was he?
I just got up to go use the bathroom. Alright, so good morning. Woke up a few times. Eric woke up a few times to get the fire going last night. I woke up only once.
It was out this morning. No coals or warmth whatsoever.
It's crazy.
That was the only reason I got up the second time last night, just to catch the coals before they pulled off again. So.
I went to go use the bathroom this morning, and there was a hunter starting to shimmy up a tree for deer season about 100 yards behind our camp. So grabbed the axe and started banging on some wood, started chopping a piece of wood up. It's like watching a film in reverse. They're going back down the tree. So,
not trying to ruin the guy's day, but we don't want a rifle going off over our heads or at us.
well, and before he wastes all that time getting up the tree, his day's ruined with us being here. We've been here yesterday all night, making all kinds of noise. There's no deer around here.
I didn't hear any movement through the night of anything.
Coyotes a couple times early.
Yeah.
And maybe a barred owl screech. We'll say that's what it was. Sound like a woman screaming. So this is camp. This is some wood that we've harvested. It's all dead wood. That's all we do is take dead wood. Kind of dead standing. So you see there's a tree. Hard to see, but there's a little tiny tree going up this way here. So we'll push that over and cut it up. And we got another one over here where there's a bunch of trees falling. Where Eric is, he's sawing on one now. So that's dead. We'll take it, make it into firewood. Fire went out very quickly last night. We were really surprised how fast it went out. So we got to make sure we have enough wood to last tonight. It's supposed to get down to 21 degrees, and there's a chance of snow at 10 p.m. But just for that 1 hour, so I don't know if we'll see anything but maybe a couple flurries, but that would be cool if we did. But we got to stay warm tonight for sure, so we got to work all day harvesting wood and then improving our shelters a little bit. Mine is this one here, and we'll want to, I think I'm going to lower it, kick the bottom out a little bit, and then take this top part and throw it over and just kind of go more with Eric's style. I'm just concerned I'm getting too many coals getting up on the tarp, and I got about 5 tiny little holes already put into it through the night. I don't want to keep going through that. It is nice because the heat reflects off our firewall and comes up here and bounces off and comes down and keeps it pretty warm in here. But it's not, I don't want to risk tearing this up. So anyway, we're going to get busy. Alright, just making camp improvements right now. Just keeping the fire going as best we can. And just small fire throughout the day. Just keep the bed, the coals warm. It's 42 degrees, so it's really pleasant out. It's nice. Got some water filtering over here on the tree. And changed my shelter. I've turned one flap over. It's a Hex tarp. It's a Hennessy. It came with my Hennessy hammock tent. And I just flipped it over to one side, and I'll use that as a lean-to through the night. And then we found a freshly downed pine tree back over here, and we're tearing the boughs off of it. They're still green, but tearing the pine boughs off, and we are covering up the corners as it's supposed to get down to, again, like 21 degrees by morning. So we want to make sure we have as much heat retention as possible, or at least not heat retention. Now, honestly, it's a wind break to keep the wind off of this if it comes through. But anyway, yeah, it's nice and secured. That'll be our sleeping arrangement for the night. Just enough, it's just enough lean to keep any dew if there's dew dropping on us, or frost. There's our firewall. Another down tree we've harvested. So it's still in the morning here, so but we've decided to get a jump on harvesting wood for the night. We know it's going to be a cold one, so we started harvesting early. So that's one tree that was down. We got another one we're going to work on here soon, and should have plenty of wood for tonight. Alright, we are making headway on the day. I don't know if I've shown you this yet or not. I don't think so, but we had this survival tarp that is reflective on the other side, and kind of obviously orange on the other side, so for survival, so you can be found. Anyways, we're using this as a heat shield, and should reflect, it's the theory that it should reflect heat back to us tonight, so we'll see. Definitely a little colder, probably in the 30s now, 39 or so, 39, 38 degrees. It's supposed to get down again to 21. We've been working on our wood. We have a pile of big stuff over here, and we have a pile of small stuff here, and we're going to go, there's a down tree over the trail that's already been cut up, big pieces. We're going to go, it looks like it's probably some hardwood, so we're going to go try to get some of it to bring back. Looks like it should be pretty dry. And Eric is using, these saws are amazing. You grab mine. Eric, what's yours called?
It's made by a Canyon. It's the Boreal 21.
Nice. Take my glove off here. Sorry for the shaky camera. Yeah, Agawa Canyon. Boreal 21. I also have a 21-inch saw. It's different. Mine is the Sven, and basically same blade lengths, 21 inches. These things just chew through wood. They're amazing. We usually have been going with pocket saws, although Eric's carried this one before on one of our trips, but it's the first time for me. I just bought this one. And obviously they're making light work of some pretty heavy duty stuff. This is our wood pile we've collected so far. And total work time on this pile, maybe an hour, I'm guessing. That's finding the wood, pushing the tree over, the dead tree, or well, no, I think both were dead standing, and then chopping it up, cutting it up. And then also taking bigger branches to make this. So that's what we're doing now. So let's see what we can find on a trail over here. Alright, we found some trees that were down. And we're going to take them back to camp and cut them up. Look to be pretty decent. This both of them are hardwood. One looks like some kind of birch, the other looks like some kind of hickory, or a hickory.
Find on that tree.
So we are glad to have some hardwood because everything here is pine. All right, night number 2. Steak number 2. Roughing it. Looking good. We made a little grill here. We got a bed of coals. The fire's in the background. We wanted to keep the fire going just so it's easier to start up again. Actually, I might throw another log on there, but last night we had we didn't do that, and we had to start all over again with our fire. Alright, it's about 10:30. It's about 10:30 at night here. Night number 2. And it is sleeting. There was a 30% chance of snow at 10 p.m. and didn't see any snow, but definitely getting the sleet. You can probably hear it. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe a little bit. Maybe not. Anyway, it's sleeting. Thought we'd share that. Got the fire going for the... Probably put some more logs on it before we go to bed here, but getting ready to hit the sack soon. Overall, good day. Lots of wood harvested. Make sure we got through the night. Really, with this setup, though, it's been pretty comfortable. Really good wind block. The firewall is doing a great job of pushing heat back towards us. A solid windbreak with the pine boughs that we set up in the corners of our tents. See these here. Pretty decent. Can see some sleet going through. Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to accumulate around the edges. Interesting. Eric is still sound asleep in his little pod.
Wide awake.
I've been awake for about 4 hours now, just tending to this fire,
Whatever.
keeping him warm.
Yeah.
It feels pretty good in the sleeping bags, so it's nice and warm there. Cold, 21 degrees. Weather guy was right on that. We did get some snow, sleet. That ain't gonna stay. Well then, got a good coal base. I gotta restart this. Just basically laid the entire, all the logs down on themselves.
Been in this fire for 4 hours. Give you control of it for 4 minutes and it falls apart.
Come on now. Don't be like that.
This is how we do it.
Your little chopsticks here are
It's an art.
pain in the ass.
It actually looks pretty well. There's big iron fire tongs out here.
Got some snow on the ground. A little bit of, well, really freezing rain. I keep hearing someone behind us. We know there's another campsite through here. We saw their fire last night. And at midnight, it was the strangest thing. We must have been, yeah, we're up around midnight.
Yeah, it was
Tending to the fire.
45 and midnight.
But there's a trail that goes down through here, and I saw three headlamps just walking through that area at midnight. It's like, who in the world is tromping through the woods at midnight? I don't know if they were hunters getting an early start, or if it was people just getting a late start for backpacking. Who knows? It was strange though. But anyway, good morning. Clear day. It's going to be sunny today, but it's still going to be cold. It's still 21 degrees. It'll be 22 degrees at 8 a.m. And but the high today is supposed to be 39, so that'll be nice. All right, we'll get some coffee going, I think. Yeah, no problem. You can see our sleep setup. What degree bag do you have?
45 degree bag.
45 degree, and then a wool blanket over just under it and over it. And then you've got just a foam sleep pad.
Yes.
Yeah. And then same thing here. I've got a 30 degree bag, wool blanket, and just a thermarest. Feet still get cold though. And then through the night, my tent lifted up a little bit, my canopy. So I got a little bit of air flowing under here. I gotta seal that up. We had a lot of high wind, and that's really what did it. But it was yesterday when I'd gone to bed, a lot of pine leaves had fallen on the canopy and dropped it and made a little I guess barrier there. It piled up on the bottom edge. Okay, gotta make coffee. Cooking breakfast. I went with the standard pocket rocket fuel stove. That little setup. Cheap, effective, fast. I was out of fuel, so I had to use the Walmart Coleman fuel. It actually did an okay job. And Eric, what are you using?
I'm going with the Imberlit is the brand. It's a titanium collapsible stove. Holds up the size of one of these panels completely flat. Comes with a pouch, and then you just feed your fuel in the bottom here, little sticks, twigs, whatever. It actually is very effective. It takes just a few minutes to boil up your water and cools off pretty quick once it burns down, or you can continue to feed it and have a small contained fire in a stove. So
It's decent. I did not bring mine this trip.
I forget the specific model of this one. It's the titanium version though. They make the Fire Ant, which is a smaller one than this.
Yeah.
And then this is their largest model. They make it in stainless steel and titanium, so.
If you and I both have the titanium one. I've used mine before, and it does not take long. It channels all that heat right up to your cook pot or your cup, whatever you're cooking in. Does a great job with just sticks. Anyway, biscuits and gravy for me.
Bacon and eggs for myself, and we're gonna fry up some bacon here in a little bit.
Hell yeah. All right.
Was gonna filter some water out this morning, and slight problem. Frozen solid.
Oh my
The entire
gosh.
thing's a block of ice
That
to
is-
show you how cold it got last night.
That's nuts.
So hopefully it doesn't do anything to the filter itself in there, but
Yeah, I'd be afraid of that splitting or cracking or something, the plastic filter.
try to thaw it out. There's some liquid in there somewhere. I see movement, but I'm gonna try to thaw it out here by the fire. Was not expecting that. I figured there'd be some ice pieces in it or something, but
Our Nalgene's were normal,
yeah.
but they were also on this side of the firewall too. Yeah, because we have plenty of water.
Yeah,
And that sat out all night.
interesting.
But it was close to the ground. That was hanging in a tree.
Yeah,
So it had wind whipping
I
around
think
it
the
all
jug on the
night.
ground even, which is shallower.
Oh, we need to bring that over here
It's
too.
not frozen,
Oh, really? It's
That's
a
what I
little
say.
thicker plastic maybe,
maybe.
and it's on the ground.
Must just been the air movement on in the air there.
Well,
So our
we're without
only-
water for a while.
Our last working water filter that we have, the other one blew a gasket. I don't know if we told you that. And
No, we hadn't said that yet.
we have a pump filter on this.
Catadine, Vario.
It went belly up. The first pump at the lake, and I have.
That's
maybe
my
4
fault. I didn't test it before I came out here. I've used it for years.
We've always got the option of boiling water, worst case, but
Yeah, and that water doesn't taste too bad out there.
and I've got, I think, 4 tablets, water purification tablets, just for emergency use. But we're good either way. We're not going to do without water. So
But that, what you have, that bag is pretty nice. It actually tastes really clean coming out of that.
I like the concept of it. It's just slow, which it's nice for being on camp here. We can just let it drip. It literally is a slow drip unless you give it a squeeze to give it a quicker flow. But
And that's called what? The Catadine
be free.
Be Free.
That's the 3-liter version. And
It's literally like an IV drip though.
I may have a fluke of a filter on that one because they claim the flow rate is like steadier than that. So unless I just got one that wasn't as free flowing.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the water filter update. So we burnt through a lot of wood. If you remember, we had a pretty big stack over here. That's all that's left of it. Just a few pieces. And then this pile was pretty big also. It's all gone. It was stacked up to, I'd say, it's hard to tell, but like here. So we're gonna go find some more wood here. Alright, this is our harvest. We found a couple of hickory that had termite damage in them. But they're still gonna, the outside, the outer shell is still solid wood. It's gonna really burn nice for us. 2 full kind of junior hickory trees that were dead. We're able to cut those up, and then a couple more pine. So what we're going to do is, over the next hour or so, or some point through the day here, we'll be cutting these up, getting our pile started again. It just kind of feels like we're surviving. It feels, I mean, we're comfortable in our beds, and my mouth is frozen, so I can't talk very well right now. But it really feels like all you're doing is preparing for nightfall. Because at this point, it is, my watch went off on some kind of timer here.
12:10.
It's 12:10, so 6 hours it's dark. And it feels like we just ate breakfast, but that was 4 hours ago, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
So it just feels like everything we do is just to prepare again for the darkness. Again, we'll be totally fine with or without the wood. It's dead, and we're gonna help it serve a useful purpose now. So, anywho, that's what. Well, this is likely the last segment of video for the trip. We didn't video a lot yesterday. We really worked hard to get wood built up. And we did go try fishing. Didn't catch anything. Didn't have any steaks to cook, so lasagna for me, spaghetti for Eric. The hickory that we found yesterday, the dead hickory tree, it burned really nice through the night. We only had to get up once to get the fire going again. And then we got up around 6:30. Got the fire going, and that's where we're at this morning. We ate breakfast. We're going to tear down camp and hike out here in a bit. Overall, though, good trip. Lots of fun.
Popped some popcorn last night.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Popcorn turned out perfect. Felt like I was watching a movie.
Once we removed the cover from it.
Didn't see any campers in the woods, although we know there's a bunch of people out here. Didn't see very many people. Didn't see any fires or lights or anything around us. So, it's good. No hunters this morning. Well, one friend, I think, must have realized this spot's kind of ruined. Although we did see, was it at night last night or 2 nights ago, the deer go through, or was it in the morning?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Morning?
Sometime through the day, I forget. Or don't recall the time.
Anyway, pretty good sized deer went through. Probably maybe one that guy was scouting out, I don't know. Unfortunate for him, because it was a decent sized buck. It's good antlers on it. Couldn't count the points or anything, but I could tell it was good sized deer. We are hiking out. And yeah, we brought a cooler. I'm not too proud to say that. That thing was handy. Kept beers, had a few sodas, kept steaks. It worked out really well. And unfortunately, bringing it in was a pain in the butt. Again, but worth it. And packing it out, it's much lighter. Yeah, all the trash we had, our cans and crap, it's all in there. So it worked out good though. Would do it again. 4.5 stars.